Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Neville Goddard Podcast. We have a live call coming up on Friday, 10 people total. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're exploring how to manifest the impossible and why people struggle with what's important to them. And it all begins with what we're going to share in today's episode. If you want in, drop me an email. Don't wait. Drop me an email if you want in. It's limited to 10 slots. Have a lovely day. Let's manifest the impossible. So we're doing a live call this Friday. If you want an invitation, let me know. It's limited to 10 people. And we're diving into how to manifest the impossible and why most people struggle with manifesting the important. This is really important because until you nail this, something's going to feel impossible. This call's been probably about 5 years in the making because there are things that I've struggled with in the past. And I've also manifested the impossible. And what I do is I take the time to really notice, what is it? What's the difference? Where does it begin? Because if you don't get that first footstep right, you're not on the right path. Let me give you a great example. In ManifestingMasteryCourse.com, here's lesson 1 in a nutshell. The girls giggled. The young guy was hanging out with his buddies, skateboarding. He saw 2 girls watching. He fancied one of them at least. And he decided to break away from the safety of the herd and walk over. So he picks up his skateboard, he starts walking over, brushes his hair, gets closer, the girls look at each other and giggle. The young man sees the girls giggle, turns around, puts his tail between his legs, goes back to skateboarding, trying to pretend he's cool, obviously disturbed. And the question is, why did he turn around? He didn't turn around because the girls giggled. He turned around because of the meaning he imagined, what he added to the soup. He imagined the girls giggling meant that they were laughing at him. He added in humiliation. He added in rejection. Me, being a little bit older and a little bit wiser, realized those girls were giggling because they were happy some young buck finally broke away from the safety of the herd to come over and say hi. They wanted him to come over, and he imagined shit, and he got shit. Now that's where Manifesting Mastery course begins. And it begins with that because until you get how much shit you imagine in a day, you're not going to get what you want without having a lot of shit before it, during it, and after it. That first lesson sets the stage for the 90-day adventure of ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. And so I had to notice, I've done this with Dream Driven Day, I've done this with the other programs. Every single live call has an epic starting point. And the epic starting point for how to manifest the impossible and why people struggle with manifesting what's important is this. Your desires are divine in origin. Neville Goddard said this. I agree. Your desires are divine in origin. If they're important to you, they're important to God. You have no right to give yourself inner arguments or rationalizations as to why it's going to be hard. We get to explore how it's possible. We get to explore you and how you can stop getting in your own way. Because you're in charge of the steering. Think about it. When you're driving the bus, you're in charge of the steering, the gas, and the brake. And one thing that I've noticed time and time again, amateurs apply the brakes when they should be steering. They even taught that to us in combat driving school. Yes, I went to combat driving school. Talk about fun. First rule, Get off the brakes. Learn how to steer. Learn how to gas, learn how to steer. Learn when to pour the gas on, learn when to steer. Learn when to drift, learn when to steer. And most people stop steering because they let something in that stirs up some negativity, that stirs up some doubt. They let the devil take over. You ever watch someone remember, the devil means doubt? You ever watch someone drive who's full of doubt? They hunker over the steering wheel, they get real close to it, they tunnel vision down, they keep one foot on the brake at all time. That is not a way to live. So if you got gold today, Friday, we've got 10 people who are getting together. You can still get one of those seats. How to manifest the impossible and why people struggle with the important. We're going to dive way beyond those. But it all begins with this. Your desires are God's desires. Your desires are divine in origin. If they're important to you, they're important to God. And you've got no right to feel they're impossible. If you want to join us and you haven't got an invite yet, email me and I'll get it to you. Email me at 2020@xhostage.com. That's 2020, the number 2020 at exhostage.com, xhostage.com. Because me, being an ex-hostage to a lot of things in life, that was impossible. But not anymore. I saw the light. Join us. See ya.